Ariel Helwani in Las Vegas for UFC 183 alongside Miesha Tate, who faces Sara McMann this Saturday night on the Fox Sports 1 prelims. And Miesha, you know, a lot of people, including myself, surprised when the fight was placed on the prelims. What did you think?
Oh, it was a collective decision between myself and my management to ask for that spot. I think that most people, a common fan, doesn't understand that there's actually a lot more viewership that gets Fox gets. So that's really all it boiled down to. It's actually the best place, other than being the main event, to be on a fight card, publicity-wise.
So like Uriah Faber, he asked for it as well.
Yeah, it's a great spot to be. You get a lot more viewership than the pay-per-view, and you also get to make it available to your friends and family for free. So I mean, it's a win-win for everyone, and it makes my sponsors happy, and that makes me happy, and so we're scratching everyone's back in the process.
Sara was very aggressive in trying to get you to fight her. What did you make of that? That she was targeting you and trying to get you, and that's kind of unlike her.
I just think that she thinks that it's going to be a good fight for her, and I think publicity-wise and ranking-wise, I was really the only one ranked above her that was like immediately accessible. Plus, publicity-wise, I think it's for her, it's a win-win. You know what I mean? So it was smart of her. If I was her, I probably would have done the same thing.
How do you feel like you match up against her? Do you feel like she's better than you in any facet?
Well, if we were wearing wrestling singlets and it was on a wrestling mat,
MMA.
Right, then she would probably have the edge for sure. But I think there's a lot of things that equalize the wrestling in MMA. Getting punched in the face changes things a lot, and threatening submissions changes things a lot. So I think that I have the edge in both the grappling and the striking for sure. So with that combined with the wrestling knowledge that I do have, I think I make a strong argument as to why I can equalize the wrestling a lot better than maybe some of her former opponents could. So I know that I think Lauren Murphy did actually a pretty good job, and she never wrestled before, so at least I have something. She lost a split decision to Sara McMann, so I think I can do well with that.
Do you think she has evolved enough as a fighter?
Well, it's hard to say enough. Is there ever enough? But to beat me, I don't think so. I think that she, like I said, she's relied on that wrestling, and it's served her very well. All of her wins, she's utilized the wrestling. But I think I'm just more seasoned. I'm more comfortable on the feet, and I have a better understanding of where she's at in her career comfortability-wise. When I watch her fights, her last fight with Lauren and, the one before that, I feel like I see a lot of similarities as when I was earlier on in my career, maybe when I was fighting like a Sarah Kaufman or, about 6, 7, 8 fights into my career as well. I was much less comfortable on the feet. I was much more desperate to get it to the ground and use that wrestling, and I just know what it feels like when you don't get that takedown, and I know how much it sucks when you have someone who's just imposing their will and you can't get it where you feel like you need to get it in order to be able to win the fight. And so that's what my job is, is to make her uncomfortable, and every time that she tries to shoot, just make her pay for it.
Final question. What's your motivation now? Because, of course, you lost to Ronda twice. She's fighting, and as long as she's the champion, it's hard to get that third crack. So how do you remain motivated and still keep yourself, looking to get that title?
Well, I think, if I ward off all the other number one contenders until they have no choice to put me back in there, you know what I mean, then I've earned that, you know what I mean? If I can become the number one contender again, I think that I have, I've done the best against Rousey so far, so I understand that it's not going to be something that's a quick turnaround. But I think that with enough fights and enough of a win streak, it is an argument that could be made.
Good luck to you, and good luck to your Seahawks on Sunday.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Go Hawks.